Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to tonight's telecast of Rodriguez football right here on the Solano College Sports Network. I'm Greg Poff, and in just a second, I'll be bringing in my broadcast partner, Cameron Anderson, and we've got a dandy of a matchup for you tonight here on the campus of Rodriguez High School in Fairfield, California at Ed Hopkins Memorial Stadium. The Rodriguez Mustangs look to get their non-conference record to a perfect 5-0 tonight. But to do so, they'll have to get through a very tough, gritty squad from Walnut Creek. The Northgate Broncos come into tonight's game with a 2-1 record. Should be a very tough challenge for the Rodriguez Mustangs under the tutelage of their first-year head coach, Miles King. But what do I know, Cameron? What are you excited to see tonight?
Well, Poff, I'm looking forward to see how this undefeated Mustangs defense will match up with the Broncos' potent passing game. Wide receiver Emilio Pucci is a name to look out for, as he has been racking up touchdowns this season. On the other side of the ball, I'm interested to see how the Broncos defense tries to stop the Mustangs' gritty run game and pressure quarterback Miles Meadows. We're in for a great game tonight, as Rodriguez will be put up to the test against a fierce competitor in the Northgate Broncos.
And we'll be right back with the opening kickoff right after this word from our sponsor, James Thomas Media. You're a one-stop shop for all your video production needs. All right, well, welcome back. We are ready for the opening kickoff. The Broncos from Northgate will be receiving. Rodriguez will be kicking off. That means Big 33, the defensive tackle. Also, his part-time job of kicking, Malik Dawson will be booting it to get this game underway. Looks like Brandon McCarter and Emilio Pucci are back. That's close to going out of bounds. Pucci picks it up. He's trying to get down the sideline. Rodriguez in pursuit, and they knock him out of bounds. Looks right about the 38-yard line. So Northgate will take over first and 10. They'll be led by quarterback John Pelletier, junior 5'10", 170. And we'll probably see in the backfield number 25, that would be Lucas Thompson. They're going to run a formation, too, where they're typically going to have trips on one side. You could see that there. Pelletier in the shotgun. And 42, that's Michael Harris in motion. Pelletier getting ready. And here we go. Hands that off to his tailback. He gives up to the far side of the field, picked up about 7 yards there. Michael Harris on the carry.
Strong running for Michael Harris, usually lined up as a DB, specifically a cornerback, and immediately getting a run to start the game.
Yeah, usually you're going to see 25 Thompson back there, so maybe he's banged up, and so they went with 24. All right, second down. Pelletier is set. In the pistol this time, fakes a handoff. He's knocked down, but whistles blow. Not sure if there was a flag on the play. I don't see any laundry, do you? Well, there must be, because the ref is marching back. This is going to go against the Broncos.
Sounds like an offsides.
Yeah, I think it might have been movement.
Yep.
All right, so that's going to bring up, what, second and about 12? Maybe a little more. Here we go. Pelletier, he's going to hand it off again up the middle. That looked like Brandon McCarter. He maybe gets a couple yards.
I think that was 42 Michael Harris. Interesting that he's getting the first 2 runs of the game, not listed as a running back. You wonder if the running backs are maybe a little banged up to start this game.
Yeah, and boy, those numbers are hard to see.
Yep.
Better going off the monitor. There you get a good look at 42, and typically he's going to be their cornerback. This is the first time we've seen him in the backfield for Northgate. Let's see how the kid does. Pelletier in the pistol, hands it off once again to Harris. He gets upfield, breaks it to the near side of the field.
Big hit there by number 11, Malachi Jones, as him and 3 other Mustangs were there to blow that play up and stop him in his tracks.
Yeah, it looks like he had enough for the first down.
And number 25, Isaiah.
And I've been looking forward to see this Mustangs defense against a top opponent and a great competitor in the Broncos. We'll see how they line up.
All right, Broncos ready. First down, Pelletier gets it, hands it off once again. That's Harris getting up the middle, but nothing doing. Well, you were just talking about that tough defensive front for the Rodriguez Mustangs, and they showed up there.
Yep, right there, Beatrice on the tackle right there, as he got in the backfield right away.
Yeah, you got the 2 Gresham brothers up there, Kashawn, the sophomore, 58, and Noah, the senior, 59. Malik Davis is a defensive tackle as well, and you just mentioned Gabriel Betrez, number 18, as a defensive end. We'll get to the linebackers and the D-backs in a second. Pelletier is ready. Now Thompson's in motion. He takes a handoff. He's getting to the far side of the field. He gets around, and he's going up the sideline, finally knocked out of bounds. Looked like Malachi Jones was there with a host of Mustangs to get him out of bounds, but not before a pretty significant gain.
Yeah, it looked like Makai Johnston, Leroy Bryant, both there to try to stop him at the sideline. Huge run for the running back for this Broncos team as they're able to drive down this field almost seamlessly.
And the defense for Rodriguez, they're a little banged up. Jeffrey Missouri, typically number 7, you're going to see him back as the deep safety. He has a fractured fibula, so he's out. And now Leroy Bryant is back there as the free safety. Bentley Williams in at the cornerback position, number 17. Pelletier's going to keep it. He's trying to get to the outside, but nothing doing. Great pursuit there by the Rodriguez Mustangs, led by number 23 over there.
Demaney Nelson Wilson with the big tackle there. Usually seeing him as the tailback for this Mustangs offense. Right there, he's as a linebacker lined up, able to get in and pressure that run.
Boy, and Rodriguez, they have some good linebackers. They got Trevor Cromie and Malik Jones, really. I mean, he's a defensive back, but he's playing up almost like a linebacker. He may be little, but that kid can tackle. Pelletier's got it. He's looking to throw. He gets it out to number 10. That's Pucci. He makes the catch just short of a first down.
Really impressive throw from the quarterback as he was rolling to his left and throwing across his body as he hits his wide receiver, Milo Pucci, right in the chest.
So I always want to say Tommy Cromie. Trevor Cromie, the middle linebacker right there. Malachi Jones, he's up to the line of scrimmage. Pelletier is set in the pistol. Thompson behind it. He gives it to him, but nothing doing. He's met at the line of scrimmage. He might have lost a yard that time.
Yep, you see Gresham and Trevor Cromie, as you were talking about, right there meeting him at the line. And we're seeing this Mustang defense get in the backfield super early, forcing them to throw the ball and throw it into their great defensive backs' hands.
And this is what we're going to see with Northgate. Nothing fancy. They're just going to pound the ball. They're going to try to keep the chains moving. Rodriguez, on the other hand, they're going to try to counteract everything with that great speed they have on defense. Pelletier is set. And I couldn't tell if, I think one of the Broncos jumped off sides.
Yeah, both sides always pointing to each other, thinking that each other jumped off sides. We'll see what the refs have to say.
Yeah, and if that is against the Broncos, that really hurts because they were just 2 yards away from a first down. This is going to back them up just a little bit.
And it looks like this is a 4th down situation. Interesting to see if they'll go for it in short field territory. And it looks like they are. They're lining up to go for this.
Hey, I would run right behind 77. That guy could move a house. All right, Pelletier is set. Out of the pistol. Rolling to the outside. Throws it across the middle. It's caught by Pucci. He breaks the tackle. He gets down to the 5-yard line before he's finally brought down by Leroy Bryant. So big first down for the Broncos.
Great concept right there, as it looked like Emilio Pucci was wide open. He fooled the defenders with the rollout, and great pickup for the Broncos here, as that was dangerous fourth down territory.
Pretty good protection by that Bronco offensive front too. All right. So Broncos now have it. Oh, going to be a timeout.
Timeout Mustangs.
Early timeout for the Mustangs. I like the call. I think they saw something they didn't like, and they want to go over this again, make sure that they can get a red zone stop right here.
And the scoreboard is out here at Rodriguez High School, so we're doing a little more guesswork than normally we have to as far as the down and distance. Hey, it would be great if our own scoreboard operator could get the down and distance up for us.
That would be amazing.
Yeah,
it would
that
make
would
our
be
job
nice.
a lot easier. But
September 29th, Disney Junior Day. Dress up like a baby or a toddler. Thursday.
Well, the Broncos going right at Rodriguez on this opening kickoff.
Friday.
I mean, we're 7.5 minutes left in the first quarter. It's going fast. Broncos are trying to get on the board first. All right, so ball resting right about the 5-yard line. Pelletier in that pistol. Thompson behind him. Fakes. Oh, he gave it to Thompson, and Thompson, boy, Pelletier's going, maybe I should have kept that one because that did not work. Loss of about 3 yards for the Broncos.
yeah, that looked like a read option, and it looked like he decided to run that ball. Probably not the best play there, as he might have had a seam to the outside if he kept it. And again, we're seeing this Mustangs defense be able to stop this run in their tracks behind the line of scrimmage, which is huge, forcing them to pass the ball.
Yeah, the D tackles, Gresham and Dawson, really doing a good job up there clogging the lanes on the defensive front. Pelletier set, takes it, fakes to Thompson. He throws to the outside. It looked like he gets Pucci in for the touchdown. Broncos on the board first.
Do it all. Emilio Pucci all the way down the field as he carries this Broncos offense into the red zone and into the end zone for 6.
Well, we knew coming in he was one of their best players. The little bit of film that we did see, we saw a lot of number 10, and his younger brother is the center, 57. Getting some blocking in for Big Bro. All right, so Broncos ready to kick. That's Lucas Thompson set. High snap, good job by the holder to get it down, and the kick is good. That looked like Jake Barger, 44, was the holder on that. Nice job. So the Broncos, first possession, 7 points on the board.
Very solid first possession as they seamlessly drove the ball down the field without the Mustangs really being able to do anything, as that offensive line was eating and helping the protection for quarterback John Pelletier.
Well, this Northgate team, they have some good size. So they're going to be bigger, a little more physical than Rodriguez, but Rodriguez, and we're going to see this as now they take over on offense, they're going to use the entire field.
Yep, almost like a Shanahan offense. They're going sideline to sideline, and they're going to make sure that they use every inch of this turf in order to beat their opponent.
And the Broncos from Northgate, too, not a big squad. I think they got 30-plus on their roster. A lot of these kids playing both ways, so we'll kind of see how they stand up to the speed of Rodriguez and how Rodriguez stands up to the physicality of Northgate. All right, who's that kicking? That looks like number 25. That would be
Lucas Thompson.
Lucas Thompson.
Kicker and running back.
And I think Bryant and Hill back. That's kind of a squibber. Or excuse me, Jamorian Johnson has got it. He takes it at about the 20. Look at that speed. He gets to the outside. He's got some room. He's going down the sideline. He's still going, and he's finally knocked out of bounds. What about the 50-yard line?
What an explosive athlete the Mustangs have. And Jamarion Johnson, one of the 3 receivers that have elite speed and able to beat everyone down the sideline, make a couple dudes miss. And what a return. What a spark for this offense.
And we just talked about that. The physicality of Northgate against the speed of Rodriguez. Looks like the speed won that one.
Yep.
All right, Broncos pretty tough. They have a pretty good defensive front. Good size up there. And they've got some tough hitters in that backfield on defense.
And you can already hear this Rodriguez crowd getting into it. Already a great game and a more competitive game than these fans have been seeing.
And Rodriguez hasn't been behind much at all.
Yep.
I think they were down to American Canyon. And I think that's the only time they were behind in a game. They blew out Bear Creek, West Park last week, and they dominated Napa. All right. Miles Meadows back. He gives it to the running back. I couldn't see who it was. I wouldn't be surprised
Jones.
if it was Malachi Jones. You got it, baby. Get that kid a cape.
Malachi Jones, one of my favorite players to watch. He has been explosive this season. Huge runs, huge plays on defense. He's the Swiss Army knife for this Mustangs team.
So Miles Meadows gets the play from Coach Miles King. Miles King, former quarterback here at Rodriguez, 07, 08, 09. Rodriguez won a section title back in 2007. They beat Bethel for the Division III San Joaquin section title. Miles King was on that team, trying to get this Miles there. Miles going back to pass. He's got somebody open deep. He throws it up, and it's caught, and just out of bounds.
Leroy Bryant, what a catch.
Just past the 20-yard line.
Great catch by Leroy Bryant. And what a ball for Miles Meadows. We've been talking about it all week that in practice he's been able to put great touch on these balls. Not huge arm, but he's able to lift it over the defenders and right into the basket for these receivers to catch.
Yeah, and he just throws a really easy catchable ball. All right. Rodriguez looking to answer back here. Miles set, takes a snap, pitches it wide. That looks like it might be Malachi Jones again, getting that speed. Couldn't quite get around the corner, might have picked up a couple on that play.
Big tackle by Anthony Bellici as he was able to catch the speedy Malachi Jones to the outside and stop him before he was able to get into the end zone.
Yeah, 52, Anthony Bellici. You're just talking about solid offensive lineman and a beast on the defensive front for these Broncos.
Yeah, a lot of these Broncos defenders you will see also on the offensive side of the ball, as most of these guys are two-way players.
So big stop there on first down. That'll bring up 2nd and 8. About 4 minutes left here in the first quarter. It's moving by quickly with both teams doing well on offense. All right, so Rodriguez up to the line of scrimmage. Meadows in the pistol. Malachi behind him. He's rolling to the near side of the field. He's going to try to take it in, but just gets out of bounds. Might have picked up a couple.
Interesting play right there. It almost looked like Miles Meadows wasn't ready for the snap. You wonder if that was by design to catch the defense off guard, as it did.
And that wouldn't surprise me. Miles King, he's going to do a lot of things to keep you off balance on the defensive side.
Yep, lots of motions, lots of ways to get his athletic players outside of the pocket, outside into the sideline, and able to use the whole field to his advantage.
And where I think both these teams are evenly matched, in the trenches.
Yep.
Good offensive line for Rodriguez, good defensive front for the Broncos. Let's see how it comes out on this possession. Meadows ready, big third down play. Jones behind him. He tries to get up the middle. I don't know if he was looking for Jamarion Johnson, but boy, good pursuit or good pressure by the Broncos, and Meadows just did not have time to get rid of the ball. I think Jamarion Johnson was open as well.
Yeah, big third down stop. We'll see if they'll bring in Malik Dawson for a kick here, or if they're going to go for this on 4th down. But yeah, great pressure from this Broncos defensive front as Jamarion Johnson was open, but it looked like Miles didn't have enough time to see him.
Yeah, that front got on him in a hurry. That was Anthony Bellici. Let me get this guy's name right. I think I've said it different every time.
Boliche. Yep.
Anthony Boliche. Kid doing work on the defensive front. The least we could do is get his name right.
And it looks like a timeout by the Northgate Broncos. Oh, no, Mustangs again, as they've used their second timeout here in the first quarter. We'll see if that comes back to bite them at the end of the first half.
And so at least when they lined up, Meadows was in, so it looked like they definitely were going to go for it.
Yeah, it looks like they want to take their time, really get the right play call, see what defense they're going to run. And just, I mean, this is a huge play already early in the first quarter, or early in the game, and you don't want to let this opportunity slip out of your hands.
And also one of their best running backs, Gallen, what's his first name? Is
Keith
it Joey?
Gallen.
Keith, yeah, he's out. And so they're missing him. Malachi Jones getting a little more work back there in the backfield, and that's not a bad thing. That kid is fun to watch. Also, we should see William Bentley, number 17, in the backfield as well. All right, here we go. Big play already, and we're just in the first quarter. Hope you're enjoying the game here. I'm Greg Poff along with Cameron Anderson on the Solano College Sports Network. Meadows ready. Oh, and it looked like they were trying to get the defense to jump, and it was Gabriel Bertrez, his own tight end, who jumped instead.
Yeah, some early penalties from both sides of the ball. And that will make it tough. Now it's a 4th and 12 situation.
Yeah, and Rodriguez, that's something they need to clean up. The last 2 games, I believe they've had 100 yards in penalties. I know Coach King wants to get that cleaned up.
Yep.
You start hitting better teams, you can't afford to give up that much yardage. All right, here we go, 4th and 12. Meadows ready. Malachi behind him. He's going to roll to the far side of the field. He's being chased, and he's just going to get rid of that one. So the Broncos hold. Rodriguez unable to convert, and a lot of that just had to do with themselves, and that penalty was costly.
Yeah, again, we see Anthony Boliche able to get outside and put pressure on Miles Meadows, and that was one of the things I said earlier in the game, that I was interested to see how this defense can pressure Miles Meadows, as it seems he's been really sitting back there pretty all season with no pressure.
Yeah, especially last week. I don't know if he got sacked one time.
Not a single one.
All right, so Broncos will take over on downs. Ball resting at about their own 21-yard line.
Interesting play for Miles to roll out and throw it out of bounds. You'd think maybe he'd take a shot on 4th down, because throwing out of bounds it's an automatic turnover. You might as well,
take a shot.
Take a shot.
All right, so something's going on here. Must have been a penalty. They're moving the ball forward. That goes against Rodriguez. There you get a good look at that offensive front there. Big number 52, Anthony Boliche. And I think that's the right way to say it, Boliche.
Yep.
Boy, and that John Ragu, 77. Oh, run behind that guy. All right, here we go. Pelletier out of the pistol, pitches it back to Thompson. Thompson hit by one Mustang, and then he is dropped. I think it was number 25. Was it 24? Certeza.
It looked like Certeza and Malachi Jones in there to stop running back Lucas Thompson, as he looked like he got hit behind the line of scrimmage. These linebackers for the Mustangs are very fast, super athletic.
And so the reason for the penalty, that was intentional grounding against Meadows on that previous play.
I see. Yeah, tough play for Meadows as he's giving them yards and turning the ball over.
All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. Pelletier, the quarterback, dropping back, looking for an open receiver, and he's getting pressure. There's Dawson. There, he throws it away.
It looked like a fumble.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if he was just throwing it away or if the ball got knocked out of his hand.
That ball might be live. We'll see how they call this. Oh, it looks like the Broncos were able to recover. It looked like that ball was fumbled. I didn't see a throwing motion from the quarterback, Pelletier.
Boy, they were on him quick. Malik Dawson leading the charge there. Hey, I'd throw it away too if I saw that kid coming after me.
Man. Great
All
pressure
right.
by the defensive
Yes.
front for the Mustangs. Huge play right there as they'll have a 3rd and long.
And wind is really picking up here too, so that's going to make it a little more difficult with passing yardage in this game. Pelletier drops back. Here comes the Mustangs. Oh, they're on him. He gets rid of it, and it's picked off by Cromie. And he gets it up to the 30-yard line.
As you were saying, the wind looked like that one might have caught up to him as that ball just died and went right into the hands of number 5, Trevor Cromie.
Man, and that kid is fun to watch. He's just a sophomore. I was here yesterday hanging out during practice. Man, his motor is always on. That kid has got a lot of energy. Boy, paid off that time. Big turnover for the Mustangs.
Yep, huge turnover. It looked like quarterback John Pelletier was looking for his wideout or his slot receiver Emilio Pucci across the middle, but that time that ball was what we call a duck. That ball just died right into the hands of Trevor Cromie.
Good look at the Rodriguez band there. Having fun on a Friday night here in Fairfield, California. Hope you're enjoying all the action here on the Solano College Sports Network. 1st and 10 now for the Mustangs. Meadows takes the snap. He pitches it to Jones. Jones trying to get around the corner. Couldn't quite make the turn. That might be a late hit there, not sure.
Yeah, not sure. It looked like could have been called as a football play as he was getting to the sideline. But again, we see this run attack as they're going sideline to sideline every play, making sure that they use the whole field to their advantage.
Yeah, and as they continue to stretch the field, that's going to open up the running lanes a little bit more.
Yep. Got to stretch the defense, especially with this great Broncos defensive front, as they've been eating up the trenches.
All right, Meadows, he's going to give it. That's Malachi Jones hitting up the middle, maybe picked up about 3 yards on the play.
Big hit there by Emilio Pucci as he was there. Again, someone we talk about on offense, also making plays on defense, similar to a Malachi Jones who ran the ball right there.
Malachi Jones doing work here in the first quarter.
Yep. They're hoarse to start off the game, and it looks like there's a timeout.
And Rodriguez, they have a stable of running backs. I mean, Malachi Jones is good, as we said before. Gallen is out. William Bentley, number 17.
Bentley Williams, yep. Demaney Nelson Wilson, a great running back. They also have the senior Yasin Yusuf, who we see him line up as a fullback. Yeah, great rotation of running backs for this Mustangs offense, and they're going to need him down the stretch, as we've already seen Keith Gallen go down. We've seen Jeffrey Missouri go down, Donovan Trope. They're going to have injuries throughout the season, and to have a depth like this is going to pay out.
Well, so far, this is shaping up to a really good, evenly matched contest. And Rodriguez, they've had a pretty easy go of it thus far, coming in 0-4, which is great. First time ever they've started a season 0-4. But I think the combined record of the 4 teams that they've played is like 2-14.
Yeah, 4-0 start for this team, but it's a little under question, and we knew going into this game that this is going to be their toughest matchup, and really the best test for this team to see where they really are.
And it's not like Rodriguez is scheduling games against teams that aren't competitive. I mean, typically Napa is going to be one of the better teams in the area.
Yeah, before
American Canyon too.
In history, 0-6 against Napa as they were able to get the victory this season. Maybe not the same Napa team as we're used to.
All right, here we go. Start of the second quarter, 2nd and 9. Meadows has got it. He's going to give it to, is that Jones up the middle?
Can't tell. It's either Bentley or Jones.
I think he was a little bigger. I'll be surprised if it's Jones. Yeah,
that
23.
is Demaney Nelson Wilson.
There you go. Picks off where Malachi Jones left off.
Yeah, the junior, and he is going to be, as it looks like they have 2 backs with Malachi and Demaney Nelson Wilson in there.
First down, Mustangs.
They'll probably be mixing up the touches between the 2.
Yeah, they'll show you a lot of different looks offensively. All right, so we are set. Miles Meadows in the pistol. Malachi Jones back in the running back position right behind him. Meadows is going to roll to the outside. Now he goes straight back. He throws it up and out of bounds. Looks like he was just throwing that one away. I was worried we weren't going to get the call off. All of a sudden, we turned into bathroom monitors.
Yep, I did not see that play as I was trying to signal where the man had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I guess of all the guys we look like, hey, let's go ask those guys where the bathroom is.
Guys with the headsets.
Yeah, they look like
Doesn't
they
look
know.
like they're doing anything important.
Oh, good, baby. Friday Night Lights. We're glad to see so many people out here. Pretty good group from Northgate.
Yeah, great showing from both sides. As we even saw at JV, it got really loud in the fourth quarter. Made me think, oh, varsity it's gonna be roaring.
All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. Meadows set. Jones behind him. He's going to pitch it wide to Jones. He cuts inside, but he can't get anywhere. That looked like Riley Maddox had him by the shirt and just said, have a seat, young man.
Yeah, Riley Maddox and Kiana Abad right there, able to get him behind the line of scrimmage. That's a huge play as they will force a 3rd and long.
Also in on plays number 7, Riley.
Well, Rodriguez, if they come out with a win tonight, they would be 5-0 in non-conference play. Conference play starting next week. Rodriguez will be hosting Armio. And we'll have all that for you right here on the Solano College Sports Network. Opening of the Monticello Empire League play for Rodriguez next Friday. They still got some work to do tonight, though. Trying to get in the end zone for the first time. 3rd and 15. And the refs stop play.
Saw a lot of this last week as it was almost dominated by the refs stopping play. And it looks like it was a false start. Huge. Not great for this Mustangs offense. Already down early, and it looks like it's going to be a 3rd and 20. I mean, you're not fooling the defense here. If you really want to get this first down, you got to go with the passing attack.
Yeah, that's the 2nd time tonight they've been in scoring position, and then a couple penalties move them out of scoring position. You're going the wrong way.
Yeah, we saw they had 333 total yards over Napa, and that was with 19 penalties accounting for 190 yards. Obviously, penalties biting this team.
All right, 3rd and 20. Meadows drops back, looking for an open receiver, comes to the near side of the field, gets by another defender. He's going to pull it down and run down the sideline. He gets to about the 20-yard line, and then he is hit hard by number 3, Kiona Abad.
Yep, it also looked like number 9, Manny Webster, was in there to get him by his legs. Big hit by Miles Meadows. That was a scary hit. Huge hit by Manny Webster. And it looks like that was a 10-yard gain. It'll be 4th and 11 for this Mustangs offense. We'll see what they do. And it looks like Malik Dawson is coming off the field, and it looks like they're going to go for this again.
Yeah, I think early in the game like this, and Dawson, not the most consistent kicker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think going for it here, that's the right call.
Yeah, I think you got to go for it. Malik Dawson, big leg, but as we've seen in previous games, his finesse game is not quite there. And another timeout.
I think that's all of Rodriguez's timeouts have been used.
Yeah, yep, that's their 3rd timeout. Northgate still has their 3. I think Rodriguez is kind of in scramble mode early, as they have not seen a punch to the gut like this early in their football games.
Yeah, especially against the defense.
Yep.
Because they really feel the defense is the stronger part of the team. That's not going to last much longer, but the defense has been playing really, really well. They're not used to teams marching the entire field and scoring, especially on the first possession.
Yeah, we'll see if this offensive line can hold up and let their quarterback, Miles Meadows, sit back and find his open receiver, as he's been scrambling all day so far.
So Damani Nelson Wilson in, and Malachi got the pistol running backs on each side. Meadows going back. He's looking for an open receiver in the corner of the end zone, and he's got him. Touchdown, Jamorian Johnson!
Wow, right on cue. Jamorian Johnson with a huge catch. And we're seeing number 15, Miles Meadows, hitting his target, number 10, Jamorian Johnson, looking like the Chiefs offense with Mahomes to Tyreek Hill.
So big answer by the Mustangs. 4th and 11. They go for it all, and they get it. So now let's see, Rodriguez, sometimes they're going to kick, sometimes they're going to go for 2. It looks like I see the kicking tee. Probably a pretty good indication they're going to try to boot this one through and get the 1 point, extra point.
Yeah, big boy Malik Dawson coming in for the PAT. Let's see if they can tie it up.
That is true. That was one of the better looking extra points by Malik Dawson.
Yeah, that one looked legit. He looked like a kicker out there.
In the second quarter.
Huge to tie this game early, and really a big confidence booster there, as they were worried if they didn't get that 4th down, they would be giving the ball back down 7, potentially going down 2 scores. Would have been a tough pill to swallow for this Rodriguez team.
Well, first-year head coach Miles King has done such a good job with this program. Coached the JVs last year, and then this year hired as the head coach. And the thing I really like about the hire of Miles King, he is a full-time faculty member here at the college. Rodriguez has really struggled in football over the last decade. And one of the reasons why is they're just contracting out coaches, and I think it makes a big difference if the coach is actually employed by the school district, so they're here all the time. You just can have a much bigger impact on your players. Miles King, also because he's from the area, he played here. I think this is a good fit for him and a place where he can really develop this program.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing the commitment from Miles King as an alumni and someone who really feels like he's a part of this district, and it feels like he feels his role is to really give back to this community and build a great football team.
Miles, of course, an excellent quarterback here, went on and played at Solano Community College for a couple years, and Malik Dawson ready for the kick. He boots this one deep. I think that's Thompson with the catch. He's going to try to take it up the middle. Hit by 1, breaks a tackle, but he's not going to break the tackle of 5 there, as it's a dog pile on Thompson at about the 28-yard line. Good pursuit by the Broncos.
Great pursuit. We saw Samuel Ambrose there on the top of the pile, a senior. We usually see him lined up as a tight end there. He's on special teams. And, number 25, Lucas Thompson, your bigger back. He's a taller back, and a good return for him.
Yeah, he just took that thing up the middle and said, okay, see if you can get me to the ground. Took about 5 Mustangs, but they did it. All right, 1st and 10. Tie ball game. 8:42 left before halftime. Pelletier takes the snap and the pistol, gives it to Thompson. Oh, he gets through the middle. He might take it all the way. He's to the 30, 20, and Leroy Bryant says, no way, I got you here. Runs him out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. Big time run by Thompson.
Massive gap up the middle. This offensive line is doing a great job to set up Lucas Thompson and this run game, and great pursuit from Leroy Bryant, the last man standing. If he didn't get him, no one was.
Boy, Thompson pretty fast. I feel kind of bad. I was talking about these guys being so physical. They got a little speed too, don't they?
Big back at 6'3", almost a Derrick Henry build, able to run down the sideline and almost beat the speedy Leroy Bryant.
Boy, great effort by Bryant, saving a touchdown there. Let's see if the defense can back him up here and get a stop. Broncos saying no way. Pelletier, before he can do anything with the snap, whistle is blown. And it looks like it's going to be a legal procedure against the Broncos. So now the penalty bugaboo biting the Broncos.
Yeah, we're seeing both offenses really kick themselves with these penalties, and that'll back them up in the red zone.
Well, Rodriguez was able to overcome their penalties and get a score. Let's see how the Broncos do. 1st and 15 now. Pelletier in the pistol is Buddy Thompson right behind him. Trips to the far side of the field. He gives to Thompson up the gut, but nothing doing. He's met by Malik Dawson there. I think 59 was in on the tackle. That's Gresham, and then the linebackers coming in to clean up the rest of it.
Yeah, great team effort to really stop the run as they read it perfectly, seeing that they're going to really run this ball until they can be stopped.
Yeah, other than that big run by Thompson, the Mustang front has done real well against the run thus far.
Yeah, you've only seen really Pucci been able to kill this defense right now, and we'll see if they'll go to him right here.
So Pelletier again in the pistol. Thompson the lone back behind him. Pelletier takes the snap, hands it to Thompson, but before we can get further, another whistle. I think that's offsides against Rodriguez, so they're going to get the 5 yards, give the 5 yards back to the Broncos.
Looks like an eye for an eye on that play.
Yes. So that'll be 2nd and 8 now for the Broncos. Let's see if Pelletier can actually get through a play without the whistles blowing. All right, he's set. Gives it to Thompson. Tries to get through the middle. Cam breaks it to the outside, but nothing doing. Gerald Certeza there to make the tackle.
Great job by Certeza to hang on and stick with that play, as it looked like he was going to get thrown off of Thompson, but he was able to latch on and make sure he brought him down to the ground.
Boy, they have a good set of linebackers there with Cromie and Certeza.
Yeah, and a great mix of ages between Cromie being the sophomore. Certeza being a senior. Yeah, a great mix of guys for this defense, and it's really carried them this season so far.
Yeah, this Rodriguez team, they are really well balanced, more so than most high school teams with sophomores, juniors, and seniors. I think they have 5 sophomores starting on defense.
Yeah, very impressive, and that's just going to set them up for the future, as this experience as a sophomore, I mean, the sky's the limit for some of these guys.
All right, so 2nd and 14. This time Pelletier is lined up right next to Thompson. He takes 2 steps back. He's throwing it deep. He's got a man and a one-handed catch there by Brandon McCarter. Broncos on the board again. Touchdown, Northgate.
Great catch by Brandon McCarter. Defender draped all over him. Couldn't even see the ball. And that was really a perfect ball by John Pelletier, as he dropped that right over Leroy Bryant and into his receiver, Brandon McCarter's hands.
Yeah, pretty good coverage there by Bryant. But boy, as you said, excellent pass by Pelletier. So Broncos back on top. Trying to get the extra point here. Barger with the hold. The kick is up and through by Thompson. 14-7 Northgate with about 6:25 left in the first half.
Great drive by Northgate. Huge run by Thompson to really set up the pass in the red zone. And we've really never seen this Rodriguez team scramble early looking for a defense to really work for them.
And really they did pretty well. They just gave up the big run to Thompson and then given up the pass play there from Pelletier to McCarter. Well, we thought this was going to be a pretty evenly matched game coming in, and we're getting exactly what we expected.
Yep, we're seeing the physicality of Northgate and the speed of Rodriguez as they're working for each other, and we'll see how this game develops with the contrast of speed and physicality between the two teams.
Yeah, and I really think if Rodriguez can be a little more physical and the Broncos a little faster, it's kind of whoever wins that battle, right?
Yeah. And such a neck-and-neck close game, you really think the last team with the ball might be the team on top.
And I tell you, this is a great matchup for Rodriguez before going into conference play. All right, little pooch kick there by Thompson. One of the Mustangs comes up and grabs it. I don't think he's going to stop. Who is that kid?
Jeremiah Hill.
Jeremiah Hill, good cut. Gets all the way inside the 15-yard line. What an answer by Rodriguez.
It looked like Jeremiah Hill ran up and caught that ball in front of Leroy Bryant. Leroy Bryant was camped under it. He said, "Oh, this ball's mine." Jeremiah Hill said, "No, I see the lane and I'm gone."
And he caught that all, like you said, he was full speed when he caught it, and he just kept going. Actually, really good pursuit by the Broncos to keep Hill out of the end zone.
Yeah, Lucas Thompson, the kicker, able to stay back like a free safety and be the last man to grab him and really stop him so the rest of his defenders could catch up.
Thompson showing off a little of his speed once again.
Yeah, the big back, 6'3", with the speed. He's a great athlete for this Broncos team, and he's been all over the field so far.
And we kind of expected that coming in. Both Thompson and Emilio Pucci, two of the big offensive threats for the Broncos, and they're the two that have scored tonight.
Yep, almost like our Malachi Jones and Jeremiah Hill, both sides of the ball making big impact.
Okay, another whistle. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs, trying to tie this game back up. Meadows in at quarterback. He gives it to the first guy through. That looks like Damani Nelson Wilson carrying tacklers all the way down to the 4-yard line.
Tough running by Damani Nelson Wilson as he had defenders all over him, and he did not care. He was not going down easily.
Yeah, looked a little banged up too, but able to get up. Jorian Johnson too, looks like he's a little banged up. He's running off to the sideline.
That's not a great sign for this Mustangs offense. Their number one target.
So that'll bring up.
It looks like Daniel Childs is coming on to replace, and that's where this depth of the Mustangs kicks in. One guy goes down, and they're able to replace him with another great.
Yeah, now they have both tight ends in, Betrez and Childs, but a penalty before action can continue. So penalty against the Broncos. It's going to be offsides. So that'll be half the distance to the goal. Looks like the ball's sitting right about the 2.5-yard line.
First down, Mustangs.
Yep, and a huge first down.
Yes, indeed.
Big play for this Mustangs offense as the Broncos early with penalties, similar to Rodriguez on the other side of the field, really kicking themselves with these early penalties.
All right, here we go. 1st and goal for the Mustangs. Meadows up under center.
And another penalty.
Well, it's going to be a legal procedure, and they're just going to back up the 5 yards they just got. You know, Mr. Referee, you could just leave it there in the first place and we can get on with the game. All right. But the one advantage is they get the first down.
Yep, they get the free first down from the play before.
They'll take that.
Not a great penalty to have, but not the worst because, as you said, they've already got their first down, still in the red zone.
All right, here we go. 2nd and goal. Meadows under center. 2 guys in the backfield. Gives it to the second guy. That could be Dawson. He's going to rumble in. Jumbo package. He's a little bit short.
Big man, Malik Dawson, able to run it up the middle. Love to see the big man get the ball. As we saw last week, he was able to get that 2-point conversion and really just body everybody and dive over the pylon to get the 2 points.
Yeah, they like running that jumbo package, bringing in Dawson and giving him the ball. And that kid is really athletic.
Yep, very athletic. To be able to kick at that size, hats off to him. And it really just shows his athleticism and hard work he's been able to put in.
And Dawson, just a junior. So it looks like a timeout has been called by the Broncos. I guess it can't be Rodriguez, is already out of timeout. Well, pretty entertaining first half.
Very entertaining. This is a fast-paced game minus the penalties. Both offenses really being able to get their concepts going and charge down both sides of the field.
Yeah, one thing I'm really interested to see is how well this Bronco team fares in the second half. Because it can get tiresome chasing around all the fast dudes that Rodriguez has.
Yep, earlier this week you told me that was your prediction was this Northgate team would come out firing early, but we'll see if the stamina will kick in and if they've really been doing their conditioning.
So far, so good, and they've got some speed of their own, as we saw with number 25, Lucas Thompson. All right. We are ready to go here. Seems like they've been right here for the last 10 minutes. 2nd and goal, 5 minutes left in the first half. Meadows gives it to Dawson again. He's going to take the pile and everybody with him into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs.
Who else? Big man Malik Dawson. Like we were saying last week, able to get the 2-point conversion. Instead, today he's able to get 6 and put up a touchdown as a kicker and a defensive lineman. Not every day you see that.
And he's not done. He's in. I don't see the T, so they might be going for 2 here. I wonder if they'll run that same jumbo package again.
Yep, looks like they might be bringing in quarterback Keenan Jones for this one.
Oh, and he's fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Comes in, runs that Wildcat.
Elite athlete.
Not here, though. He's up under center. He's got Malik Johnson there in the backfield. Watch the fake and maybe a throw. No, gives it to Dawson. And he's going, hey, I'm used to this now.
A man amongst boys. He makes everyone look much smaller than him as he's able to really just walk through and walk into the end zone.
Boy, and big time call by Miles King saying, hey, let's go for 2 right here. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a lead, get a little momentum as we get near the end of the first half. So Rodriguez now up by a point, 15-14 over Northgate in what has been a closely contested gridiron contest thus far this evening.
Yep, just like we predicted earlier in the pregame show, we were talking about how this Mustangs offense is really going to have to win the ground game, and so far they have, with Malik Dawson able to take advantage of this Broncos front line.
And Rodriguez, too, showing a lot of different looks. They'll go with the single back. Sometimes they'll have 2 guys in the backfield. They'll go with the jumbo package. And we'll see them a little bit more like we did last week. Keenan Jones coming in and out at quarterback. Runs that Wildcat really well. So they can throw a lot at a defense.
Yeah, I love the mix of Keenan Jones to really keep the defense on their toes and just bring a different mix to the offense instead of having the majority pocket passer, Miles Meadows.
So wind picking up a little bit here. Not as bad as it was last week.
Not as bad, but not a whole lot better, that's for sure.
And you can see evidence of that. Ball gets blown off the tee. Crummy might have to stay there and hold it. All right, here we go. Rodriguez kicking off. Malik Dawson. And it's a squib kick. It goes right to Jake Barger, right around the 40-yard line. He drops on it. Bronco ball.
Yeah, you wonder if that was hoping to be an onside kick for this Rodriguez special teams. I like the play call, but obviously when it doesn't go your way, you're putting your defense in a really tough spot as you're giving the Broncos great field position there at the 39, 40-yard line.
Broncos will start their series at the 39-yard line.
Okay. Pelletier in the pistol. Lucas Thompson right behind him. And there you see trips to the far side of the field with Poochie McCarter, and that's probably R.J. Anderson on the end. Snap to Pelletier, gives it to Thompson, tries to get up the middle, nothing doing, met by a host of Mustangs. Might have even lost a yard there, led by Kashawn Grisham.
Great stop by Gresham.
And I think that was Noah. Sorry, brother, didn't want to get you wrong.
Yep, that was
59.
Noah. And it looked like we saw Isaiah Ungolo on that play as well, and maybe Certeza. And really this run game for the Broncos has been a make or break as they've been able to break off big plays but also been kept at the line.
So that'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Thompson did get a yard before his forward momentum was stopped. Pucci in motion. Pelletier fakes, throws it over, and it's just through the hands. I think that might be R.J. Anderson, 21. He probably won't be on our roster.
It might be Ryan Marion.
Oh, yes, he is. Added today.
Yep. And a scary play for the Broncos as, in my view, it looked like it went through his hands and potentially in the hands of Mustangs defender. And with no one back there to stop him, that would have been 6.
So the Broncos dodge a bullet there. That'll bring up 3rd and 9. Boy, Rodriguez would like to get a stop here. Still just a little under 3 minutes left. Pelletier, he's going to throw it deep. He's got a guy, but good defensive play by who else? Malachi Jones. Somebody get that kid a cape.
Malachi Jones able to get back in defense and be able to get his hands on that ball and swat it away. A little underthrown by Pelletier as he had his man. His wide receiver had at least 2 or 3 steps on the speedy Malachi Jones, and that looked like that ball was just underthrown.
Yeah, a little more mustard on that. That could have been a big play. So Rodriguez able to get a stop here. Broncos are going to punt this away. At least they're lined up to do so. And there's the kick by Thompson. It's high, and over there is Jeremiah Hill. He catches it on the near side of the field. He's going to try to stretch the field and get to the other side, but he is brought down swiftly by a couple of Broncos.
Looks like it might have been an illegal block, but also interesting on that play, we saw the quarterback, John Pelletier, line up as the punter and punt the ball almost like a Ben Roethlisberger you'll see in the NFL. Jeremiah Hill, obviously the great kick return earlier to set them up for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. Not able to break out to the other side of the field. And we'll see what the refs call here.
Yeah, I didn't see who made the tackle for the Broncos, but boy, excellent pursuit. Was just a good angle. Didn't allow Malachi Jones to get to the outside. And now they're going to tack on some yardage here that's going to go against Rodriguez. And so still 2:20 left. Northgate, they have 2 timeouts left. They could potentially get the ball back in pretty good field position before the end of the first half. Northgate down by a point, 15-14. Rodriguez with the ball. Well, let's see what Coach King has dialed up for his offense here.
Yep, it's looking like they're going to have to go 85 yards to get this one in the end zone. And with the speed of the Mustangs, I think that's definitely in the realm of possibility.
So 1st and 15 on this drive as the Mustangs get ready. Coming out of the huddle there, Miles Meadows will set up in the pistol. And it looks like Malachi Jones behind him as a running back. Jones in motion. Meadows is going to throw it there. Oh, and it's dropped.
Wide receiver screen, it looked like, to Jeremiah Hill. Speedy guy, and he dropped that ball. Luckily it wasn't behind the line of scrimmage. Could have been a live ball and picked up by the defender.
Yeah, I think Hill was just peeking upfield to see how much room he had.
Yep, it seems like he heard footsteps from the defender and really put him on high alert, and was thinking about moving before he caught the ball. Gotta catch the ball first.
All right, so here Johnson and Hill on the near side of the field. Meadows in the pistol. He's going back to pass. He's going to tuck it away and run it. Gets by the first Bronco and then finally scampers out of bounds at about the 14-yard line.
Good run by Miles Meadows as he quickly had his pocket collapsed and he had to run up in front and really scramble for his life as there was a bunch of Broncos running after him. And we see him running off the field. We'll see if Keenan Jones comes in. So Meadows might have been banged up. Nope, never mind. He's just getting the play from his coach.
Miles talking to Miles.
Yep.
They need about a mile here. So Meadows calls the play. There you see Hill and Johnson coming to the near side of the field as receivers. Meadows in the pistol with Malachi Jones. And here's the snap. Meadows gets it to Jones. Jones trying to get down the sideline, breaks the tackle, and finally knocked out of bounds. He got by that first guy, but not the second one.
Yeah, Malachi Jones, a great player. He's able to get around one, not able to get around two, but still a great gain on third down. And looks like it was enough to get the first down.
Big first down. I was waiting there to see if it was official. From this angle, a little bit hard to see where the ball is placed, so big first down there by Rodriguez. At least with a minute and a half left, probably are going to be able to finish the half on offense.
Yep. Always important to push the chains, and now really you want to run this clock out and make sure that you are the last team to have the ball. Don't want to give this ball back to Northgate and let them score late in the first half.
So 1st and 10. Rodriguez set. Meadows takes the snap, throws it wide to Malachi Jones. He's got to get by Bellici, but he does. Gets to the sideline. Oh, nice move there. And finally knocked out of bounds by Anthony Bellucci. Man, Bellucci made the first hit, fell down in his pursuit, was able to knock him out of bounds. Great effort by number 52 for the Broncos.
Like you said, great effort for Bellici, but the footwork from Malachi Jones is really so fun to watch as he's able to make defenders look silly and miss on almost every first or second touch.
And there's a penalty that's going to wipe that out. Boy, Rodriguez can just not get out of their own way with these penalties. That was a block in the back, so that nullifies that gain.
Yeah, huge play, as this will back them up basically to where they started the drive, negating almost everything and putting them in really tough field position.
So 1st and 15. And another flag.
It's a flag parade so far early in this first half. Already up towards double digits penalties.
So I guess offsides against the Broncos. So Rodriguez gets 5 yards back.
It's really back and forth. You see the offense with the penalty, defense with the penalty, offense with like they're really just negating almost everything and just making these refs work.
Here we go. 1st and 15. Good look at the offensive line there. Miles Meadows in the pistol, takes a snap. He throws it wide to Jeremiah Hill. He beats a guy. Now he's heading down the sideline. Oh, breaks another tackle. Finally knocked out of bounds at about the 50-yard line. Big time pickup by number 4, Jeremiah Hill.
Huge play by Jeremiah Hill late in this first half, able to get him out of the rut and out of their own side of the field. Brings it up past the 50-yard line, and huge first down for this Mustangs. And we'll see if they can cap it off with a touchdown to end the half.
Boy, that would really give them momentum, and Rodriguez will be receiving the second half kickoff.
Yep, almost up 2 scores, especially if they can get this. We'll see if they want to go. Well, don't want to count your chickens before they hatch. We'll see if they get this touchdown and potentially go for 2 and make it a 2-possession game.
So a little over a minute remaining. Meadows in the pistol, set, drops back, looking for a receiver, getting some pressure. 65, and he throws it to the far sideline, and it's caught. I think that's Jamorian Johnson. He's going to fight ahead for a couple yards. Can't be Jamorian Johnson because he's standing
Childs. There. Daniel Childs with a huge play, able to bail out Miles Meadows. Great throw by Miles Meadows, but he really had not many options as he was scrambling from the defense. And a big play by Daniel Childs, able to get them inside the 30-yard line. Another first down.
Yeah, that was a big-time throw by Meadows on the run. Being pursued, number 65 almost got him. I'd give you his name, but he's not on the roster. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Meadows back. Going to the far side. He's going to throw it deep, and it's intercepted. I think it might have been out of bounds.
Emilio Pucci all over the field,
was
and they're calling it an interception down inside the 5-yard line. Big mistake for the Mustangs offense and big takeaway for this Broncos defense.
So Meadows maybe getting a little greedy there. trying to make a play, throw it up, hoping maybe his receiver can make a play, but didn't happen that time. Big turnover.
Yeah, you wonder if that has to do with Jamarion Johnson being off the field. Instead, he's looking for Daniel Childs, someone who doesn't see as many reps as Jamarion Johnson and not as much of a skilled wideout. And he really just tried to throw up to his guy, and the ball looked a little underthrown.
On the other hand, they are getting the ball back to start the second half, and they have the Broncos backed up here. So not the worst thing in the world, but I'm sure they would have loved to get a few more points on the board before the end of the first half. All right, Pelletier ready out of the pistol. He's just going to give it to 25. Thompson, he gets ahead for about 2 yards.
Thompson on the carry.
Looked like Certeza was up there to meet him in the hole and get him, really stopping his tracks. Certeza limping to the sideline right now. As it looks like the Broncos called a timeout.
And that's the end of the first half.
Never mind. That is the end of the first half.
We'll just call a timeout on the first half, baby. All right, welcome back. Second half, just ready to get started here. Teams lined up. Broncos kicking to Rodriguez. Rodriguez with a 1-point lead. Let's get that scoreboard up too, boys.
Great game so far, as we've seen both sides really neck and neck on the offensive side of the ball. Both teams being able to charge down the field and really get what they want.
Boy, big boot right there. It's going to be taken on about the 3-yard line. I think that's Jamarion Johnson. He gets a seam in the middle. He's going right down the middle of the field. He's got Thompson to beat, puts on a move, and then stumbles and is gobbled up by a couple Broncos. Big time return there.
Great to see Jamarion Johnson back on the field, as we saw him hobbled and getting off the field in the second quarter, and he was really gone. He tried to stop in his tracks and come back, but really there were too many defenders behind him really trying to get him. He should have maybe gone left or right and kept going forward.
Hey, if he would have pulled that off, that would have been impressive.
Oh, man.
I mean, he always stopped on a dime.
Yep.
Kind of lost his footing there, and then the Broncos were right there to get him down. But still, good field position for Rodriguez as they get this drive going here, up by a point in the second half. Meadows set in the pistol, rolls to the far side of the field, and then he's brought down by Riley Maddox.
Big play by Riley Maddox. We don't see Miles Meadows getting sacked very often. Like we said, we didn't see him get sacked at all last game. And a big play by the senior middle linebacker, as you can see there. And this will bring up a 2nd and long. Not a great way to start off the half, knowing that you had a really good field position with the great return by Jamarion Johnson.
So ball on about the 45-yard line. Maybe the 40. Here we go. Johnson in motion. He takes it from Meadows, cuts to the inside. Breaks a couple tackles, maybe picks up about 3-4 yards on the play.
Looks like he lost his footing with the spin move there. I like the idea, but he might have gotten his ankles wrapped up, and it was a little shoelace tackle for the defender.
You know, and he's not much bigger than Malachi Jones. Both those guys, but so fast and so tough.
Yeah, you see Jeremiah Hill, Malachi Jones, and Jamarion Johnson all below the 5'8" mark, but they're really just using their speed and toughness to get away. That looks like Leroy Bryant lined up.
Yeah, I was just going, hey, what's going on? He's going to run the Wildcat here. So Bryant taking the direct snap. He goes to the far side of the field. He's trying to get around the corner, and he does. Picks up a few. He's still on his feet before he's dragged down by Pucci and Maddox.
Great blocks developed there for the quarterback. Everybody on the field and everybody in the stands know what play is coming, and they were still able to use it effectively and pick up great yardage. As it looks like it'll be a 4th and manageable, 4th and 6 to be exact.
Boy, and again, Miles King, head coach, running that offense, always giving you a different look. Kids coming out of halftime for the Broncos thinking they got stuff dialed in, and all of a sudden they see number 1 who's running the Wildcat.
Yep, great way to mix in his personnel and to really know his personnel and knowing that Leroy Bryant has the skills to pull that play off.
All right, so 4th down here. Kind of a line drive kick. It goes to Thompson, I believe, and he's dragged down by Bentley Williams.
Looks like Emilio Pucci with the return and Bentley Williams with the great tackle on special teams. Haven't seen him much in the running game today, but we've seen him make plays defensively and in the special teams.
Yeah, and he got the start today at cornerback. Typically, he's not going to start on defense, but with the injury to the free safety, Jeffrey Missouri, they moved Bentley Williams in at the cornerback position and then moved Leroy Bryant back to that safety position that we typically see with the sophomore, Jeffrey Missouri. All right. That was McCarter in motion. I'm kind of wondering about isn't it 2nd down? Didn't they run a play?
Pretty sure it's still 1st down. I think that was on the punt that Emilio Pucci just caught.
Yes.
And it looks like it is a penalty on the Mustangs, and that'll cost them 5 yards. And again, we're seeing the penalties pile on, and interested to see how many yards they'll end up losing based on these penalties.
So 1st and 5 now. Pelletier set in the pistol. McCarter in motion to the near side of the field. He's going to give it to Thompson. Thompson breaks off the near side of the field and able to get a nice big run. He's still going before 5 Mustangs are able to wrestle him to the ground.
What a great lead back for this Broncos offense. Number 25, Lucas Thompson, as you can see, 6'3", 202. That is a man. That is a really good physique for a running back as he runs more uphill, and it's really hard for this Mustangs defense to bring him down to the ground.
So Thompson, very good evening on the ground tonight. Has had some big runs for the Broncos. All right, here we go. McCarter in motion. Pelletier gets it before he can do anything. Guess what? Penalty.
Yeah, this Mustangs defense looks a little jumpy, trying to really beat this offensive line to the point of attack. And never mind, I eat my own words. It's a false start from the Broncos.
Back that up, baby. So already just 7 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Rodriguez had the ball first. Ended up punting. Broncos first possession here of the 2nd half. 1st and 15. Pelletier set. McCarter in motion, gives it to Thompson. Thompson almost like the last run, but this time he's met at the line of scrimmage, only able to get a couple yards there.
Yep, that looked like Noah Gresham and Trevor Cromie on the tackles there as they both tag teamed, able to bring down the big back of Thompson. And Thompson really the workhorse for this offense as he's been getting a lot of snaps and getting a lot of carries to start this game.
There you get a good look at that linebacker core for Rodriguez. Cromie looks like he's ready to get in the backfield there. Certeza too. A lot of different looks. Goes to Pelletier. He's going to throw it wide. Oh, just over the outstretched arm of Leroy Bryant.
Wow, interesting play there by Pelletier. It looked like some miscommunication. I thought he had Brandon McCarter on the motion. He was pretty much wide open as the defense did not take account for him.
And Bryant almost got up, and if he tips that ball, that could have been a pick for the Mustangs. In fact, I think that happened last week with Certeza. Got a pick 6 off a tip ball.
Yep, almost a lucky break from both sides as really the Mustangs could have been exposed with a dump off to Brandon McCarter wide open down the sideline, and also lucky for the quarterback to not get picked off right there.
So getting to the 5-minute mark now here in the 3rd quarter. Broncos trying to get something going here. It's their first possession of the 2nd half, and another whistle. Another flag.
The field should be covered in flags at this point. penalty after penalty. And this is a delay game on the Broncos. Tough because there is no clock on the scoreboard, as there is really no scoreboard. And that's a tough break for this Broncos offense, as it'll push them back with a 3rd and long.
All right, so now 3rd and 17. Broncos going the wrong way. There goes Thompson in motion. Pelletier fakes it to him. Now he's going to throw deep, and it's almost picked off. Oh, my goodness. That was number 2. I think that's Early Johnson coming up just a little late on the pick.
Early Johnson, haven't seen a whole lot of him lately. The senior DB, that was really his chance to put his fingerprints on this game. And it looks like this penalty we'll see how this penalty fares. They might decline it if it's against the offense and have 4th and long. And it is declined, as it will be 4th and long, and it looks like they'll bring the punt team out. And the coach is asking if it's 3rd down, but it is actually 4th down.
Yeah, again, no actual clock here on the scoreboard, so everybody's kind of in the dark.
Yep.
But we got you covered on the Solano College Sports Network. We got our scoreboard and our clock going. Garrick Lenoir working the scoreboard for us tonight. And there's the punt by Thompson, just barely gets that off. And that's going to bounce around there at about the 16-yard line, and Rodriguez will take over from there, their 2nd possession of this 2nd half.
Great boot from the quarterback. You rarely see the quarterback able to kick a ball like that. That was Pelletier again with the boot, almost as if he can take the defense by off guard and really run a fake there if he wants to. We'll see if that play develops later in the game, as he, being the quarterback and the punter, gives you a lot of options to trick the defense.
Well, at the very start of this game, both teams going down the field and scoring touchdowns. Little different start here in the 2nd half. Both defenses coming up with the stop, although with the last possession by the Broncos, they were more responsible for stopping themselves than the Mustangs with their penalties. Okay, Meadows in.
Looks like that might be Keaton Jones.
You got it, baby. You got those young eyes. And before we can do anything, I'm going to go take a nap. Will someone just come wake me up when we're done with all the penalties here? Goodness gracious.
Wow. Really the only downside to this game is we've been able to watch a great game with these two teams, as we said, matched up perfectly. And I think this game will come down to the wire because it is so close. But these penalties are really slowing the momentum down.
Yeah, I think an easy way to predict the outcome, whichever of these two teams has the least amount of penalties, that team's going to win.
Yep.
Book it.
Yeah, I'd wish I could count them, but I don't have enough fingers to count the amount of penalties we've had today.
All right, is that Meadows back in? Low snap. He's able to pick it up off the turf. He's scrambling. Maddox is right on his face. And he's just able to get that one away through it in the direction of Jeremiah Hill.
Good play by Meadows. You know, you have a 1st down, able to throw the ball out instead of forcing a play, potential fumble, sack, or interception. Better just get that ball out and throw it out of bounds. Live to see another day. As you are down inside your 10-yard line, the last thing you want is a turnover, because that is free points on the board.
So both offenses have been going in the wrong direction here in the 2nd half due to all the penalties. So 2nd and 15 now for the Mustangs. Meadows at QB. He's going to give it to one of the running backs coming through. I'm going to bet that's number 11, Malachi Jones, and the way that pile kept moving forward.
And you are correct. Malachi Jones able to push and pull at the very last second, and he does not go down easily. He's gonna bring a fight every time he brings it up the middle.
Yeah, he may be diminutive in stature, but that kid has a huge heart.
Great passion for the game, and really a relentless runner. You love to see that as your tailback. He's not gonna go down early. He's gonna fight for every single yard.
Malachi Jones, of course, a senior, his last year here at Rodriguez. Meadows, the junior, takes the snap, dropping back to pass. He throws it to the far side. He's got a receiver but can't come up with the catch. Jamorian Johnson there.
Jamarion Johnson, the target, looked like maybe either miscommunication or Jamarion might have tripped. And that's unfortunate because it will bring up 4th down, and this is a must punt situation. You cannot go for this inside of your own 20. And we'll see how this punt coverage unfolds. As you can see, Emilio Pucci back there to receive it. He's had a great game. Touchdown, interception, able to be the punt returner and kick returner. We'll see if he can provide a spark for this Broncos team.
Boy, and the Broncos should get pretty good field position. I mean, Pucci, he's not even back to the 50-yard line. He's standing on right about the 45 to receive this punt. Dawson kicking out of his end zone. Oh, you know, it wasn't a good kick, but he kicked it where nobody was, and it gets a favorable bounce. That's going to get almost to midfield. Boy, Mustangs got to be pretty happy with that outcome. Wasn't pretty, but got the job done.
Wasn't pretty, but I'll take my bets on kicking out of bounds than kicking it to a wide-open Emilio Pucci, who's really hard to bring down. And honestly, a solid kick. It looked like a line drive, didn't have great air on it, but it really had great top spin, able to roll down the field and get out of bounds.
And I'm sure that's what he was told to do.
Yep.
Just don't kick it to 10. So nice execution there again by Malik Dawson. Doing a lot of things well for the Mustangs tonight. Still good field position for the Broncos as they take over just inside Mustang territory. Pelletier, he's dropping back. He's looking for a receiver, and he is tackled by Gabriel Betrez. Want to make sure, got to make sure you get his name right.
Yep, Betrez, huge hit as he was able to really grab him with one hand, and it looked like the quarterback was going to sneak out of that, but nope. Betrez with the big, strong tackle and a huge sack to start this drive. And now you have a 2nd and long, almost forcing the defense to go to the passing attack again. And
Pelletier set. Fakes it to McCarter.
Baders again.
He gave it to Thompson. I couldn't tell if he kept it or if he gave it to Thompson.
Yep, he gave it to Thompson again. Another one of those plays where you wonder if he should have kept that, as the defense was bailing out on the running back, knowing that Thompson has been eating them up all night. And again, Bader's back-to-back huge plays, able to stop him behind the line of scrimmage. And Bader's really the key player for this drive so far.
So that brings up 3rd and 19. Chance for the Mustangs to get a stop here. And you look at the Broncos, still going backwards.
Another false start, not seen by the refs.
Pelletier, he's looking to throw, can't find a receiver. He's going to tuck it and run, but he is taken down by a couple of Mustangs. Trevor Cromie and Noah Gresham there.
Yep, Noah Gresham, big hit right there. And that will force a 4th down, 4th and 19. And like we were saying early, offense had their ways, but that has not been the case in the second half. Really strong defense from both sides of the ball.
Yeah, strong defense and a lot of penalties.
A lot of penalties, that's for sure. As you see the quarterback punt it off again.
Pelletier, boy, that's a nice boot there. That sails over the head of Bryant. He's going to pick it up. Boy, just at about the 5-yard line. Gets it to the 10.
What a punt by the quarterback.
You talk about the coffin corner, baby. It was right there.
Man, if that ball rolled out of bounds, it would have been inside the 5-yard line. Leroy Bryant really did his best. Good judgment to pick it up and try to get some yards. And another tough field position for this Mustangs offense. And we'll see if they've been able to get over this adversity and drive all the way down the field.
And the Mustangs have made plays. They've just been negated by penalties.
Yep. Also, Mustangs have been capitalizing off great field position on kick returns and turnovers. Haven't really been able to muster that long sort of torture drive on the defense where you run it out and get this defense out of breath.
So they're going to take over right at the... Oh, great. Oh, and that could be a live ball. Hard to see with the angle here, but...
Daniel Childs, it looks like, with the drop. A little bit of a high throw for Meadows. And I think that'll bring up a second down, right? 2nd and 10 with the incompletion.
And I was distracted because I heard the announcer over the PA. I thought he said, "Poff, you've lost your purse." That'll stop anybody in their tracks. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. Mustangs trying to get something going here at the end of the third. Meadows set in the pistol, gives it to Jones. Jones off tackle, nothing doing, runs into a couple Broncos who finally wrestle him to the ground. Looks like he lost a couple yards on that play.
Great defense by the Broncos, able to get him early and stop him in the trenches. And now with the 3rd and 11, we'll see if this Mustangs offense can finally use the deep threats of Jeremiah Hill and Jamarion Johnson. We've seen them burn every DB that they've played, but so far today we've seen a lot of dumps and screen passes instead of really trying to beat them over top.
Also do not want to turn the ball over here. Mr. Meadows ready in the pistol. Drops back to pass. Quick slant over to the side. I think that was Jamarion Johnson.
Yep. Jamarion Johnson, another wide receiver screen, and that's going to bring up 4th down, and they will punt this ball away again. Another tough drive for the Mustangs offense.
Yeah, and they did pick up enough yards there. That'll give Malik Dawson a little more room for the punt here.
Yeah, we'll see how he wants to approach this. If he wants to, again, target the sideline and get that ball out of bounds, or if he's going to play a little risky and try to see what Pucci can do with it.
The pooch kick to Pucci. All right. Dawson, just barely gets that off.
Heads up. Ooh. Almost to the cheerleader. That ball looked like it was potentially going to get blocked by the Broncos defense.
It was almost like the Bronco ran past him.
Yep. Yeah. And that's the last thing you want to see is Malik Dawson limping, as he is the starting defensive tackle and one of the most important players on this team, as he plays almost every position. We saw him with the rushing touchdown in the first half. Obviously, their kicker, their punter, their defensive tackle. I mean, if this guy goes out, you're going to need a lot of new players to fill in.
Call Dawson the handyman.
Yep, Swiss Army knife, similar to Malachi.
Well, Broncos, great field position right here. Ball resting right at the Rodriguez 35-yard line. So Pelletier in the pistol. Thompson right behind him. McCarter in motion. And the snap, he gives it to Thompson, trying to get to the far side of the field, get around the corner. But he breaks a tackle, gets by another Mustang. Bryant can't get him. And what a run by Thompson. That gives the Broncos the lead. Touchdown, Northgate.
An amazing run from Thompson as he's able to take advantage of the defense. And in my perspective, it looked like he was wrapped up and totally done. And he just shook everyone off and broke it to the house. Huge touchdown for this Northgate Broncos team.
Yeah, when he hit the line of scrimmage, there were 3 Mustangs there ready for him. He got through all 3 and then outran Leroy Bryant to get into the end zone.
And now
he goes, I'm not done. Yeah, I'm not done. I'm going to get the extra point here. Berger, the holder. The kick is good.
Wobbler, but it all counts the same. That's impressive to be able to run down the field, score his 2nd touchdown of the game, and have the finesse and ability to stop and kick that extra point.
And the Mustangs made that pretty easy. They had 2 drives in a row inside Mustang territory. Northgate able to capitalize the 2nd time and get that touchdown that puts them back in the lead, 21-15.
Yeah, we'll see if Rodriguez is able to capitalize on special teams, as their special teams has been great so far today. And really, I'm interested to see if Leroy Breyer or Jeremiah Hill is able to take this ball and get great field position for this offense.
So back deep for the Mustangs will be Leroy Bryant and Jamorian Johnson. Mustangs would like a big return here. Just like you said, special teams been doing well. They'd like to see a big special teams effort here. At least get them good field position. Little pooch kick, it's on the ground. One of the Mustangs picks it up and is trying to get to the far side of the field. And boy, nice return there, able to get the ball up past midfield. So great field position by the special teams.
Demaney Nelson Wilson there, ready for the onside, and that was a scary moment as that ball was very tough to catch off the bounce. You know, with that football, it can go anywhere. Able to catch it above his head and turn right, go upfield, and pick up some extra yards as he's able to get this ball to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, gutsy play pays off for the Mustangs. Now, with good field position, Mustangs looking to see if they can get the lead back.
Huge possession here, as this is the answer that you need to be able to stay in this game and really keep the lead throughout.
Meadows in the pistol. Gets a ball. Fakes to one of his running backs. Oh, he's being chased by Bellucci. He's looking for a receiver, lets it go. Where it goes, no one knows, but it looked like it ended up in the hands of number 4, Jeremiah Hill.
What a play, rolling out to the right, had pressure by Anthony Bellucci, rolls back across his body to the left, and then he has to throw a dot to Jeremiah Hill, who's moving towards the quarterback. Great awareness by the receiver to know that he has to come bail out his quarterback, who's rolling to the opposite side. And it looks like there's an injured player on the field. Oh, never mind.
So big first down pickup there by the Mustangs. Now they got the ball in Bronco territory. Meadows is going to give it to his running back, able to get up close to the 25-yard line. Damani Nelson Wilson on the carry.
And we'll see, this run game has not really been as great as expected. Previously, the Mustangs this season have been able to really run the rock, and that has opened up their passing game. It seems like tonight they might need to lean more on the passing game and lean more on these athletic wide receivers.
Second and 6. Meadows in the pistol. Malachi Jones behind him. He drops back to pass. Under pressure. He's going to throw it. It's tipped. Almost intercepted. And it's caught by Jamorian Johnson. Oh, my.
Wow, what a game and what a play by Miles Meadows as he is shaken up on the field. I mean, 0 blocks from the offensive line on that play. That was all Miles Meadows stepping around and stepping up in the pocket, throwing it over the defender's hands and into the hands of Jamorian Johnson.
I mean, that was almost a pick.
Oh, man.
And great concentration by Johnson, able to keep his eyes on the ball, able to bring that in.
You hope Miles Meadows is okay as he was helped off the field. Hopefully it's just a little stinger and he's able to stay out there because this Mustangs team definitely needs him to finish this game. But what a play. One of the best plays I've seen in a long time, as Miles Meadows really did everything himself. His line did not help him out at all, and he really made that play for himself.
All right, so Rodriguez already 21-21 because they went for 2 on the last touchdown. Now if they can get this through, they can take the lead. Snap is high. Holder gets it down, and Dawson drills it.
And the extra point is good.
Malik Dawson, 2 for 2 on the night. And, I mean, that's all you really want out of your kicker is to be able to knock down these quote-unquote simple PATs. But we see a lot in high school that they're really not so simple.
And the way he's kicking tonight, that bodes well for the Mustangs in a close game like this. They might need him to kick another game-winning field goal like he did against American Canyon.
Yeah. and huge to take the lead. As you see, Miles King is probably grinning from ear to ear, knowing that that 2-point conversion helped out big time.
Well, we think there's about 1 minute left in the third quarter. Again, no official clock here, so we're doing the best we can. There you get a good look at Miles King, the former Rodriguez Mustang quarterback. Set the city record in total yards in 2008. There's a kick by Dawson. It's a squibber.
Again, another squib, in between a squib and onside. I'm interested to see if Malik Dawson doesn't trust himself to really kick it off the stand like that, because we've seen him kick some great kicks and pin them back inside the 5-yard line and force them to run it out. And right there, you're kind of just giving them free yards and great field position for this Broncos offense.
All right, here we go. Broncos turn. Pelletier set. McCarter in motion. Here's the snap. Fakes to McCarter. Now he throws it. It looked like he was trying to dump it off to McCarter.
Looked like it was tipped at the line. Number 33, Malik Dawson, got his hands on that one. Big boy up the middle, able to save a potential screenplay that could have broke off big.
So there you see Pelletier, Emilio Pucci in the background, Lucas Thompson, number 25, the running back, and Brandon McCarter. McCarter's usually lining up in that slot position. Trips on one side. They usually have him come in motion. Just like we see here, Pelletier is set. Cromie fakes the blitz. They give it to Thompson, and they get him at the line of scrimmage. And guess who? Number 58, Mr. Gresham there.
Kashawn Gresham, brother of Noah. Great play right there as he's able to stop him at the line of scrimmage. And that's huge, because I think if you shut this running game, and specifically Lucas Thompson, who's having an amazing game, he's been able to run all over this defense. If you can stop him and really hold him to not great yardage and force this team to throw the ball, I think that's where the Mustangs are going to have success.
And I was just going to say, this looks like it's the end of the third quarter. Again, no clock here, so we're doing the best we can on our end to keep the most accurate time, but it's tough, especially with all the penalties in this.
Yeah, the penalties made it confusing, no scoreboard, and really having to do our best to almost officiate and announce this game.
Well, we hope you're enjoying our broadcast here on the Solano College Sports Network. We are a student-run program, and we are the only CTE training program in the United States with a program that focuses specifically on sports broadcasting. So you want to be a sports broadcaster, get on over to Solano Community College. You can get a certificate after 4 classes that has you ready for any entry-level position in media production. All right, ready to start the fourth. McCarter in motion. Pelletier's dropping back to pass, looking for a receiver, throws it incomplete. Looks like he was going from a quarter.
Yeah, underthrown. You see that play a lot. It's really tough to roll to your left as a right-handed quarterback and get enough mustard on that ball to really throw it to the sideline, because it's underrated to see if you're in the pocket. Throwing to the sideline takes a lot of arm strength. It's extra yardage you have to throw, and to roll out to your left and make that throw is really only seen at the top of the levels in college or the NFL.
Yeah, when you get to Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, Mahomes makes it look easy, but it's really not.
All right, here we go. 2nd and 10.
Must have been 4th down as they punt it.
Leroy Bryant takes it, gets it on a hop. He's got some space on the far side of the field. If he can get by Pucci, he's going to get some yardage, and he does. He's heading down the sideline, folks, and finally knocked out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. What a big-time play by the junior Leroy Bryant.
Leroy Bryant got his moment stolen from Jeremiah Hill as he came up and grabbed the ball with the kickoff. That time the punt return, and Leroy Bryant fakes right and goes left and fools the defense as he beat all of them to the sideline, and really only the quarterback slash kicker slash punter was able to beat him there.
And there you see Brian, number one. He's got good size, and I tell you, being around him yesterday, he is one of the leaders on this team. And not a guy that's real vocal, but you can just tell the other players look up to him.
Yeah,
was real impressed with his leadership qualities in practice yesterday. All right, Meadows is going to get it. He's going to pitch it to his buddy Jones. Jones trying to get to the outside, but nothing doing. Riley Maddox. And Maddox has been all over tonight.
All over tonight. We saw the sack earlier on Miles Meadows, and that time almost the equivalent of a sack with the tackle for loss, as it is a 3-yard loss on the run. And you don't see Malachi Jones get tackled after one man. You usually see him make the first man miss, shake him, take him, stiff arm him. You rarely see Malachi Jones get taken on the first touch, which shows the type of defender Riley Maddox is.
Yeah, he's been all over the field tonight. Okay, so loss of a few yards there, 2nd and 19. Getting to the 10-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Rodriguez up by 1. Meadows back to pass. He's going to launch it deep in the end zone. He's got a man, and just out of the fingertips of Jamorian Johnson. Oh, my, that was so close.
Great play design there as Jamorian Johnson has defender beat again. That ball might have been just overthrown. Almost interested to see if that was a timing play, because I think if Miles waited half a second longer, he beats his man, he gets it on the money, and Jamarion's able to walk into the end zone. Now you're set up with a 3rd and long. You're going to really need a miracle to get out of this situation without having to punt and give this ball back to the Broncos.
All right, well, let's see if Mr. Meadows is the miracle worker. Out of the pistol. He's looking for the corner. He's got a receiver, underthrows it just a little bit, but he'll still able to go up and make the catch and get into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs.
Jeremiah take it to the hill. Jeremiah Hill with the great catch, as you see him as a defensive back and wide receiver. The sophomore able to rise up, stay back, and box his man out, catch the ball. And has a free touchdown.
I was a little worried about 77. That's Caden DeGilly, the center. I thought he was going to go over and spike Hill.
Caden DeGilly able to pick him up easily. Jeremiah Hill not a big receiver, but a great receiver.
Okay, there's a kicker. Now we see him. Zoom back just a tad more. Kick is up, and it is good. Malik Dawson looking good with the leg tonight.
Malik Dawson looking great as they're up 8, and that is huge because this Broncos team will need to score and convert that 2-point conversion, which is very difficult to do if you don't have a Malik Dawson on your team.
So Rodriguez now up by 8. Little over 10 minutes left in the game, leading 29-21. And as I mentioned before, we're with the Solano Community College Sports Broadcasting Program. And for all of the students working this broadcast, very second game. And you know what I think this group's ready to do? Let's get some instant replay in that fourth quarter, huh? Come on, I think we can do it.
Yeah, I'd like to see a replay of that Jeremiah Hill as he was mid-air.
The same thing I was thinking.
Mid-air. I mean, it looked like he was hanging in the air forever and able to bring that ball in. Again, a shorter receiver at 5'6", you don't see that ability to really rise up on defenders like he does. Him and Jamarion Johnson.
See, I just put the pressure on your big bro, Zachary Anderson. Boy, I tell you, this kid has done such a great job in the sports broadcasting program. His second game, and he's producing the show. Directing all of the cameras, doing the camera switching. Julianne helping with the graphics over there. I got Sincere and Jacob, and I got Monifa on the cameras. All those kids doing a great job. So Rodriguez gets the lead, and Dawson kicks this one deep. Mr. Pucci has it and gets a couple yards before he's dragged to the ground. It looked like, turn around, kid, so I can see your number. I don't have to, but I can tell that's number 5, Trevor Cromie.
Trevor Cromie Saw him all over the field last Friday. A little bit of a quieter game today, but he's been able to get a few tackles here and there. And great special teams play is the last thing you need is a big spark from this Broncos offense and an easy score before they run the clock.
Well, let's see if the Broncos decide to keep it on the ground. Still plenty of time. Get Thompson going, or if they're going to go to the air. Pelletier. He's been pretty solid tonight. Out of the pistol. Fakes to Thompson. Throws to Pucci. A little bit too low for Pucci to make a catch there. He was open.
Yep. He was open. Just a little missed throw by Pelletier. But I think this Broncos offense might get into scramble mode. Knowing they're down, they might have to go to the passing attack early like they just did. Which is great for this Mustangs defense to take them out of the Broncos game plan, because we've seen that the Broncos really want to run the ball and punish this defensive line.
So 2nd and 10. Broncos deep in their own territory. Pelletier. Hands off to Thompson. Thompson's got a hole, breaks it to the near side, beats one defender, gets by Malachi Jones. He's still going, and finally, Certeza there to push him out of bounds.
What a running back, number 25, Lucas Thompson. He's been all over this game. One of the best backs I've seen at the high school level. He's really looked like a Derrick Henry, shoving dudes off with that big physique. He's running downhill and making it look really easy.
Yeah, he's going, we don't need the passing game yet. Yeah, let's see it, baby. Get it in there quick, though. Off to Thompson. Thompson's got a hole, breaks it to the near side. Nice cut there.
Stiff arm.
Gets by Malachi
and the
Jones.
Juke to cut inside. Great
Good job, kids. Got our first replay with this crew. All right, 1st and 10. Pelletier set. He's going to give it, why not, to Thompson again. Thompson off tackle, able to pick up about 4 or 5 yards, and Malachi Jones looking a little banged up there.
Yeah, it looked like Malachi Jones got the worst end of that, as he might have gotten under that tackle, and looks like he's holding his back maybe. That's never a good sign, as Malachi Jones is one of the most essential players in this lineup, as he plays everywhere on the field.
He's a tough kid, though. You got to be tough to be so good at that size.
Yep.
All right, 2nd and 7. This time Pucci in motion. And that's going to be a flag. I think there might have been motion by the offense. If that's the case, that'll back up the Broncos 5 yards.
Yep, sounds like a false start called. And that is huge for this Mustangs defense. And what I don't like to see is Malachi Jones. He is in a squat, not feeling too great, and we'll see if he can fight through and finish this game strong.
So 2nd and 12. Boy, Broncos have been affected by penalties just as much as Rodriguez tonight, and that might be another one. Yeah, the refs seem to like to do everything in pairs, right? Not just one. Let's go back to back.
Yeah.
And I don't think there was a penalty there, just a timeout by Rodriguez.
Timeout by Rodriguez. Interested to see if Malachi Jones will stay in this game, knowing that he is a little banged up. Because although this game is big and it is really close, there's a lot of season to play. You don't want to risk having one of your best players out there getting banged up and missing more time.
Well, conference play starts next week for these Rodriguez Mustangs. I think the Broncos of Northgate, they have one more non-conference game. They'll start conference play in the Diablo Valley League in 2 weeks. But for the Mustangs, they'll be here at Ed Hopkins Memorial Stadium next week against the Armio Royals, I believe, is their new moniker. Okay. We're ready to go. 2nd and 12. Pelletier set in the pistol is Buddy Thompson right next to him. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw it deep. And just a little beyond McCarter.
Had Brandon McCarter. McCarter had his defender beat by a couple steps. Looked like Bentley Williams was on the coverage. and he got burnt a little bit, but that ball was too far outside to the sideline. Wondering if maybe the wind had any effect on that ball as it carried it off.
Yeah, pretty hefty breeze tonight, as is usual here at Rodriguez High School. Get a lot of the same wind at Solano. Oh, you're going to be getting that in March when you're playing baseball over there. It gets so cold, Cameron.
Yeah, we're already experiencing it when it's 95 outside.
So Pelletier faked him a corner, then gave it to Thompson up the middle, and he hasn't stopped. Big time run by a big time runner. Lucas Thompson picks up a much needed first down for the Broncos, and now they're in Mustang territory.
Big tackle from Leroy Bryant and fellow running back Bentley Williams as he's able to take down Lucas Thompson with a huge run, able to move the chains, and they're knocking on the door of the red zone, and we'll see if they can meet their end goal and punch it to the end zone.
All right, so first down. Pelletier and the Broncos knocking at the door. Thompson in motion. Pelletier throws it to the near side, and that's a catch. That's probably number 4, Brandon McCarter, and boy, they had a tough time getting him out of bounds.
Yeah, this passing game, it's almost they're relying with the yards after the catch. They're really focusing on getting the ball into the hands of the receivers early and letting them make the plays rather than relying on Pelletier's arm down the field with over-the-top looks.
So 2nd and 5. Thompson in motion. Pelletier gives it to him off tackle. He's got a lane. He's still going. He runs over Bentley Williams, but not before Bentley Williams still able to bring him down. Hey, if you're going to get run over, take the guy with you. That's exactly what Williams did. And if he doesn't, 2-5 might be in the end zone.
Yep. Huge tackle by Bentley Williams as he's able to stop Thompson from walking into the end zone, and back-to-back really big tackles by Bentley Williams.
So 1st and goal now. Thompson in motion. Pelletier fakes it to him. Goes to the near side. Pressure on. He throws it away. It's tipped and falls harmlessly to the ground. Pelletier's thinking, I sure would like that one back. And there's a flag on the play.
Pelletier, we'll see what the ref has to say here.
Yeah, because he threw a flag and then he threw his hat.
There are 2 penalties called on the play.
Looks like a double penalty. But like I was saying, Pelletier with a scary throw off his back foot with the defender holding him. He threw that ball up, really just hoping for his guy to get it, and Bentley Williams could have come down with that ball, and that would have really snatched the momentum in this game.
That would have been a big-time play by the Mustangs. Still trying to figure out what's going on here.
Personal foul. Horse collar tackle called against the Mustangs.
So the PA announcer you probably just heard, horse collar against one of the Mustangs. So now they're inside the 5-yard line, ball at about the 2. 2-yard line.
Interested to see if they have Thompson right there. They might motion him and again just hand it off and let the big boy get in the end zone. Maybe run it behind the big 7'7" John Ragu. He is a unit.
And here we go. Oh, Pelletier almost fumbled it on the handoff. Again, boy, they've dodged 2 bullets right here.
Very scary play by Pelletier. That ball almost was bobbled and almost in the hands of the defender, Kashawn Gresham. He almost just took that ball out of his hands, and that's like stealing candy from a baby, and all he had was green grass in front of him.
Yeah, he was in the backfield fast, and I think he's been going up against 77.
Yep. Beating him to the pursuit of attack, which is huge. I mean, you can see on the feed, this guy is a unit. I think he would eat me alive whole. I mean, John Ragu is a massive human being, and to be able to beat him, probably with the speed ability of this Mustang defense is huge.
Yeah, Mustangs have really good athletes. All right. Pelletier is going to give it to one of his running backs. able to pick up a couple yards. It's probably going to be number 4, Brandon McCarter.
I like the concept there. They had Thompson running around, and he's the main decoy. I mean, he's the guy that everyone's expecting to toss the ball to, and you have Brandon McCarter coming across the other way, and a little sneaky handoff by Pelletier almost caught the defense off guard.
Yeah, it's a little trap play where, like you said, they try to get everybody following Thompson to the other side, and then McCarter in the slot coming against the grain, but good defense there. This time they give it to Thompson. He picks up a couple yards, but not able to get in the end zone. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and goal, but might be a penalty.
Yeah, we'll see how this works out. Certeza with a big hit right there as he lost his helmet, but a huge tackle on Thompson to stop him before he's able to get in the end zone.
Yeah, because he's a hard guy to stop stop his momentum.
And
okay.
Looks like they picked it up. It'll be a 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal. Little over 7 left in this game. Broncos down by 8. Pelletier in the pistol. He gives it to Thompson. Thompson trying to get to the outside and nothing doing. You got Gresham right there. And
that is Malachi Jones, the missile.
Who?
You know, I was worried. You know, you see him right now kind of grimacing, holding his hips, maybe his back, which he injured a few plays ago, and you could not tell on that play. He came in like a rocket, just 100 miles per hour coming at Thompson's chest, and that's the only way you're going to take that big boy down.
So 4th down.
4th and goal. Looks
Broncos
like they're going for it.
Going for it, baby. Pelletier in the pistol. He's got Thompson right behind him. He's going to roll to his right side, and he is sacked by number 18, Gabe Batrez.
Batrez, huge tackle. That's a big sack, obviously, on 4th down, keeping them outside and out of the end zone. And that is, I mean, that's the biggest sack of the game, one of the biggest plays of the game, and it looks like the ref might hit him with a taunting penalty.
So the Mustangs come up big once again on defense here in the 2nd half.
Huge stop, and now they have possession of the ball. They have an 8-point lead. You'd think they're going to try to run this out and see how far they can go before having to pass it.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see him go deep on 1st down.
Yep. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Keenan Jones package, a potential quarterback run. But yeah, we'll see what Miles King wants from his offense as Miles Meadows is running into the huddle to give his offense the play call.
Haven't seen Keenan Jones as much as we did last week, but Mustangs don't have the lead they had last week.
Yeah, don't have the same cushion, and I think they're going to rely on their all-star quarterback, Miles Meadows.
So big possession here for the Mustangs. Handoff up to the line of scrimmage. I think that was Malachi Jones, and might have lost a yard on that.
Yeah, not a great run there from Malachi Jones. Nowhere to really go, and that's kind of been the summary of the run game tonight. Not much to go, nowhere to go really, as this defensive front has really made their presence in this game.
Yeah, especially between the tackles.
Yep, eating it and really beating the pursuit of attack and stopping them in the trenches, not allowing them to bounce to the outside and take advantage with their high speed.
So Meadows in, just got the play directly from Coach King. Mustangs coming up to the line of scrimmage. Malachi Jones in the backfield along with Williams. He gives it to Malachi, maybe picks up a yard off tackle to the far side of the field.
It looks like, yeah, maybe Bentley Williams with the run. Not a huge run again, but they are eating this clock. And we'll see third and long. Looks like they're going to have to throw this ball. But the last thing you want is a turnover or really an incompletion, because that kills the clock. Then you have to punt the ball inside your own 10-yard line, giving them great field position with still 4 minutes left to go.
Pretty significant play right here.
Yep, one of the bigger plays for Rodriguez. And, I mean, really this could be a huge backbreaker for the defense if they can't stop them right here.
Here we go. And, of course, the refs have to get involved.
Selfish refs.
We want to play too.
Center of attention.
Ah, man, what a bad penalty by the Broncos. And it was lining up offsides.
Wow, that's one of the bigger penalties of the game.
Because, I mean, way different play here with 3rd and 5.
Yep.
You can open the playbook back up a little bit more.
Yep, and it almost can possibly make it fourth down territory if they can convert a few yards here. We'll see what they do.
I don't know if they go for it, but here we go. Meadows going to take it, and I think it might have been offsides again by the Broncos. I think somebody jumped.
That would be huge.
But I don't know if the individual was drawn offsides either, if there was motion by the Mustangs.
It looks like they might have called
and it could have been a timeout
before the snap. Yeah, no clue. The communication here has not been great with the refs and obviously the scoreboard.
Well, pretty exciting game tonight. And we thought we'd see that at the very start. Certainly the toughest test for Rodriguez thus far in non-conference play. But boy, if they get out of here with the victory, starting Mel play 5-0, just the confidence that the players are going to have going into league play is going to be huge. Still have some work to do, though. Big play coming up. Falcons, thinking I'm back at Solano. Mustangs get a conversion here. That's going to give them an opportunity to keep the ball and maybe run the clock out.
Yeah, this is a huge opportunity for the Broncos defense to get a stop, and they probably will punt this ball if they're not able to pick up positive yardage, and that'll give your offense a chance to tie this game.
And then they would have to go for the 2-point conversion.
Yep.
Okay. Game winding down. It's been a dandy like we promised. 29-21 Rodriguez. 3rd and 5 right here. Broncos desperately need a stop. Need to get the ball back to have a chance. Oh, my goodness gracious. Meadows trying to draw off the defense and his own player jumps.
That looked like number 70, Devin Lakin.
The big tackle.
It looked like he was running off the gun, like he sounded like it was a track race. He was quick to move and ran like 5 yards. Big plays, that'll back them up, make it a 3rd and 10 situation, just even tougher to convert this first down, which would really be the biggest first down of the game. And again, we're seeing the penalties come back to kill this Mustangs offense.
Broncos fake pressure. Meadows is going to give it to his running back that looked like 17, picked up a couple yards, but certainly not close to picking up a first down.
Yep, looked like that was Bentley Williams. Interested to see if they go with the timeout, and they will. They call the timeout to really to stop the clock, and they know this is a punt situation, 4th down in their field position. They have to punt this ball. Great call by the Broncos head coach with the timeout.
Well, this is coming down to the wire, isn't it?
Yep, just as we predicted. And, we'll see. I predicted the last team with the ball will win this game, and we'll see how this works out. And we'll see Malik Dawson. He's been able to punt the ball really well today, and they're relying on him today again with a huge boot. Backed up inside the 10. They're gonna need a great kick in order to keep the Broncos out of great field position.
And this is the 3rd time in the second half where Pucci has lined up to receive a punt inside the 50-yard line.
Yep, not a great sign. And we'll see if Dawson can come up clutch for this Mustangs.
Low snap, Dawson gets it, almost blocked. High kick, not very far.
And it looks like a little bit of a lucky bounce as that ball will roll to the 40. No, that is the 30. The 30-yard line. And that's tough. That's not great field position. That ball was really a pop-up. Hit straight up in the air, almost blocked, and They're putting the Broncos in great field position here.
Broncos will start their series.
But again, the Broncos will need to go down, score, and convert the 2-point conversion. A lot easier said than done.
And the Broncos, too, have struggled. I mean, they've had good field position this entire second half. They've only been able to score once.
Yep.
They're going to need to score here, though, if they want to have any chance of coming out of Rodriguez with a W. There goes motion. Thompson gets it from Pelletier, trying to get wide, but he is tackled from behind by who else?
Noah Gresham, huge tackle. And I could see that play developing as he beat his man on the line and was looking like J.J. Watt running to the sideline, able to get his hands on the big back, Lucas Thompson.
So excellent play there by the Rodriguez defender. That'll bring up 2nd and 12, so loss of 2. Pelletier set out of the pistol. Fakes to Thompson, throws it over the middle. Looked like he threw it a little behind Emilio Pucci.
Yep, another one of those timing plays where those windows get really tight, especially late in the game when the defense really knows what you're running. Certeza got his hands on that one, almost brought it in to basically seal the game. And we'll see now this Broncos offense, 3rd and 12, we saw that they had great field position, but they might be losing this if they don't come up big right here.
All right. Well, definitely 2-down territory. McCarter in motion. Pelletier dropping back to pass. Throws it over to the sideline. It's caught by McCarter. Picks up a couple there. Gets the ball past the 30-yard line, but not enough for a first down.
Big tackle by Early Johnson. Saw him earlier almost with the interception. And that time, huge tackle to create a 4th down situation and not give up the first down. And we will see, this is looking like a potential 4th and 8.
Yeah, pretty much the ball game here, baby. And I think Northgate only has 2 timeouts remaining, if I'm correct.
Yep, 2 timeouts for Northgate.
So big 4th down. Need about 8 yards right here. Broncos ready. Pelletier in the pistol. Drops back to pass. Throwing to the corner of the end zone. Nobody there but Jeremiah Hill.
Ooh, it almost looked like he short-stepped that. Interesting right there. Obviously miscommunication between the wide receiver, Brandon McCarter, and the quarterback, John Pelletier. It almost looked like he dropped that ball on purpose, knowing it was 4th down.
Yes, exactly. Because if he catches it and it's a touchback, they're on the 20. Now they're going to get the ball on about the 26, 27-yard line.
Great awareness by Jeremiah Hill.
Just a sophomore, too.
Yep.
Man, you love seeing that.
And we'll see as we see Miles Meadows heading out and potentially running this clock out.
And again, we think it's around 2 minutes. Again, we have no scoreboard clock. We're going off our scoreboard operator doing the best he can to kind of keep that time accurate, but we're around 2 minutes. All right. Mustangs set up to the line of scrimmage. Meadows behind center that time. I couldn't see who he gave the ball to.
Malik Dawson.
I was going to say it looked like Malik Dawson. I don't know any other runners that big.
Malik Dawson, the big man. Why not? I mean, at this point, all you want to do is eat yards, and that's his MO. Eat yards. Malik Dawson with a big run right there.
So Rodriguez just trying to run the clock out here. And Cameron, we have a little time left.
Yep.
You take us home on the play-by-play, baby.
All right.
Because I'm going to need you next week against Armio.
Yep. All right. Well, here we go. This is potentially the last possession of the game for Rodriguez if they are successful in moving the chains. Moving the chains here as we have a 2nd and long, and it looks like it might have been a delay of game. Timeout. Has to be by the Broncos. And it looks like it is a timeout by the Mustangs. as they do still have them, as they were replenished at the half. But doesn't show on the scoreboard, but that's all right.
Well, as we have a little break in the action here, Cameron, tell us about the sports broadcasting class. You having fun?
Having lots of fun.
Isn't this a blast?
This is better than I could have expected. I was a little nervous going into my first game last week, but once I settled in, I was super confident, felt super comfortable as I do today, and I feel like I've really found my niche and really what I want to pursue.
Yeah, it's just getting the reps in too.
Yep.
And I always tell students, you want to get 100 games in as a broadcaster before you think about starting to apply and get paid for it.
Yep.
So, I love this program. It's just a great opportunity for students to get the hands-on experience that you're not going to get if you're in a big broadcasting class at a big university with 150 people.
Yep, and here's Meadows under center as he hands it off to Bentley Williams, goes up the middle, able to break a few yards off that play as it looked like he had nowhere to go, able to really scoot through and push it up the middle for maybe 5 yards.
Yeah, it was almost like somebody just took him and then threw him ahead out of the pile.
Yep. You would have thought maybe Caden would have just picked him up and threw him like he did with Jamarion Johnson. And that's another timeout. I think it will be by the Broncos in order to stop the clock. Really the only thing you can do at this point. Still have your timeouts left. This is a 3rd and short. And, I think that means with the first down here, that might end the game, being that the Broncos are using their timeouts at the moment.
Boy, and what an impressive start to the season by Miles King and his entire coaching staff.
Yep, Miles King really able to have a squad that is really passionate and plays throughout the whole game. You never see them take any plays off, and really just a gritty team that gets it done week by week.
Yeah, these kids, they all love playing. And you can see it at practice. So we got him a headset.
Bathroom man came back around.
All
and
right.
Here we go. Miles Meadows under center, not in shotgun, and he gets him to jump. And that is defensive lineman number 55, Max Anum. Haven't really seen him much this game, and that's
probably
big
why.
blow. Big blow to the defense, as that will help them pick up the first down. And after already using their timeouts, that could seal this game, barring any turnovers or awful plays by this Mustang offense that would really kill them.
And that's just such a bad feeling when you're on the line of scrimmage and you jump off sides.
Yeah.
And it kind of looked like he went off sides, and then he was trying to be kind of tiptoe back, like
Yeah.
maybe they won't see.
Yeah, it's tough when the whole crowd knows that it was you. And it looks like they'll actually call this a 3rd and 1. So Miles Meadows again under center, hands it off to Bentley Williams. Ooh, and he is stopped in the backfield. Huge stop by the Broncos.
Bentley Williams on the carry.
It was almost like somebody just grabbed her around the neck and threw him down.
Yep.
Like a clothesline.
Yeah, I think now we'll have. Oh, and it was a first down pickup. Nope, now they're calling it 4th down, saying that he didn't get the first down off the penalty. So this will be a 4th and short, and we'll see what they do here. And it looks like they're leaving the offense out, and they want to end this game right now.
We'll get 33 in.
Very interesting, yes. Very interesting play call here, as this is a huge part of the game. And if you don't get this 4th down, you're giving the ball back to the Broncos in your own territory.
Reminds me of USC against Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Way back in the Rose Bowl. I think it was 2005. SC went for it on 4th and 1, didn't get it. And then we all remember what happened with Texas. Wish I could think of the quarterback's last name. It was Vince something.
Vince Young.
There you go, baby.
Miles Meadows under center, and he gives it off to the big boy, Malik Dawson. He's able to push through and pick up the first down. Just as you called, Malik Dawson answers the phone again with the biggest play of the game, as it is a first down And you can hear this Rodriguez home crowd roar as they know that could seal the game.
Well, that one wasn't too easy or too hard to figure out, right?
Yep.
You need a yard, give it to 33. He's your biggest, baddest runner. And boy, he didn't disappoint.
And that will do it. The Rodriguez Mustangs are able to cap off the game with a win, and that will push them to a 5-0 record. An astonishing start to the season for these for the Rodriguez Mustangs, as they will hold on to the perfect track record for one more week.
And the start of the Monticello Empire League begins next week. This has been kind of cool for us at Solano College Sports Broadcasting. We've got 3 games in a row, and especially with the new crew, you guys keep getting better and better. I can't wait until next Friday night. Armio against Rodriguez, the start of the Monticello Empire League Conference play, and we'll have all the action for you right here on the Solano College Sports Network. Well, on behalf of our entire crew, outstanding job tonight, both for me and my broadcast partner, Cameron Anderson. I'm Greg Poff. We want to thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time. Well, hi, everybody. I'm Greg Poff, director of the Solano College Sports Broadcasting Program, and we're here in the TV studio at Solano Community College, and I'd like to tell you about a great opportunity this summer. Now, typically with our summer class, we're covering sports. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, we're opening up the class to all of you podcasters, YouTube influencers, to give you a chance to come in and create content that we can show on YouTube. You can have your own podcast. We can even put you on Channel 28 locally. Let's take a look at some of the equipment we have here in the studio. Come on. All right, we're here in the Solano College Sports Network studio control room to show you some of the equipment that you can use as a student here at Solano Community College. And the first thing I'd like to draw your attention to is the production unit system that we use. It's made by New Tech. It's the TriCaster system. This system is used by every major network. So you come to Solano Community College, you're going to learn video production on the TriCaster unit. So you'll be ready to go once you leave our program. You'll be trained on the same equipment that you would use in all of the major networks. You see the video production board here. We've got our speakers set up here. Here we've got our interface that you can use. So all kinds of equipment that you can use to be a professional in media production. Another great feature of our video production system, you'll be able to get training on the Allen and Heath audio board, where you will learn the trade secrets for both radio and TV production. Here in the video editing suite, you will have access to Adobe Premiere and the entire Creative Cloud. If you can imagine it, you can create it right here in the Solano Community College TV studio. We have merged with Fairfield Cable Access, and that gives you the opportunity to use the same TV equipment that they use to produce their shows on local TV here in Fairfield, and that gives you the chance to also show your work on local TV.